Hi, it's Chester Tuckwell at Blue Pecan Computer Training. In this video we're going to look at how to write the VBA code to apply data validation. We're going to apply it to a date column. We're going to say that someone can't enter dates that are in the future, and we're going to do it for this property column where we're going to have a drop-down list of values. Now I have started the code for you here. I've declared two variables, one for the worksheet which I've set as the active sheet, and one for the table which I've specified as the table called database, which is this one here. You see it's called database. Now we are going to declare two more variables, a variable for each cell that we want the data validation to actually exist within. Now these cells are within an Excel table, so I'll show you how to actually declare those ranges as such within a variable. So first of all we'll call the first one dv date, and that can be declared as a range, and then the second one we'll declare as dv property as range, and then I'm going to set them down here. So set dv date. Now the way we can do this for an actual cell within the table is refer to the table object, TBL, and then the data body range property, and then we can just say which row and which column the cell is in. So this is the data body range, doesn't include the column heading, so we're saying first row, first column, and then we can set dv property table.data range, data body range, and that'll be first row, second column. So now we can get onto the code that actually writes the validation or produces the validation. So I'm going to use a with-end statement because there's quite a few things that I want to do with the validation property. So if we start with dvdate.validation, so the first thing I would do is to delete any existing validations. Then we can add new ones using the add method. This has a number of parameters. So first of all you've got type. So we in this instance are doing applying a validation based on date. So I'll use Excel validate date for that parameter, and then we are going to go on to the alert style parameter. So if you've used data validation in Excel before, you'll know that you can choose to either give information warning or a stop style to your data validation. If I choose stop, which I'm going to do here, it will prevent anyone actually typing in a date that doesn't meet the rule, rather than just give a warning. Now if I do control space, it opens up the IntelliSense list, and I can use this to select Excel valid alert stop. I'm just bringing them down on new lines, otherwise I'm going to stray off the screen. Operator is the next parameter I'm going to use. So we're saying less than or equal to today's date to today's date. So again, control space to bring up the IntelliSense list. Excel less equal rather. Small mistake there. I need a space there to bring it down on a new line. And then I can say with the formula 1 parameter that it's less than or equal to today's date. So I can use the today function, the worksheet function today, to always compare the date to today's date. Okay, so those are the kind of settings for the actual validation rule. But also within data validation Excel, you can customize the alert box that comes up if someone types in an incorrect date. So I'll show you how to do that. So you can access the error style, no, the error title property of the validation. So we'll just say that that is, in this instance, reporting date. And then the error message will be something like the reporting date cannot be in the future. Okay, so, and then I just need to do my end with to finish off that part of the code. Now, if I run this code, let's see if it actually works. So you can actually, well, today is the 7th of February 2019. So if I typed in 2019, the reporting date cannot be in the future. If you want to be totally sure that it's correct, you can always go to Data, Data Tools, Data Validation, and you can see that the setting has been applied correctly. Let's go on to our second example. We want a drop-down list of properties via data validation in this cell. The properties are up here. I've named this range of cells property list. It's within a table, so it's dynamic. So let's start pretty much as we did with the other one. So it'll be dv property dot validation. And first of all, we'll delete an existing data validation, and then we'll add our own. So the first parameter is type, and for this one, we're using Excel validate list for obvious reasons. The alert style will be as it was before. We're going to have Excel valid alert stop. The operator we use for the drop-down list is Excel between. And we then use the Formula 1 parameter to refer to the named range we've created. So you would do that with an equal sign within speech marks, and it was property list. So then we can put our error title in, as we've done before. Error title equals, well, in this instance, property, and error message please select a property from the list. And then we need end with. So we should better run this now. And I should get a drop-down list of properties I have. If I add another apartment and run this again, it should pick up apartment 5, and it has. Okay, that's the end of the video. It's been Chester Tutwell at Blue Pecan Computer Training. Thanks very much for listening, and hopefully that's been useful.